Hola, bom dia, Cole Munson here. Crikey, a little bit late this morning. Whoa, sorry. I overslept basically, and it's kind of weird, isn't it? We arguably don't have so much to do at the moment, or we're getting back to it now. But we've had a quiet few months where there's been allegedly less to do, but time is speeding up, and it seems so many people are more tired. How does that work? Okay, do let me know in the comments, and always great to hear from you, whether you are live with us now on Facebook, on the Facebook page, Good Morning Portugal, whether you are listening later on, if you're one of those ladies of leisure that likes to enjoy the show with a cup of tea a little later on in the morning, and why not? Sounds great to me. If you're a YouTube subscriber, if you're not, please do subscribe. It really helps if you're a YouTube subscriber. Hi to you. And if you've got this in your ears right now on one of the podcast platforms, good morning to you as well. Ana Lucia in nice and early this morning. Hola, bon dia, Carlos e todos. Very good. Yes, over here I am, Carlos. Good morning to you, Ana Lucia. Very great to hear from you. And who and where is everybody else who is lurking on the Good Morning Portugal live stream this morning? I've got to say, overslept, kind of tired. And it's going to be a nice, easygoing show today. Working with the new mix of news, weather, guest input, features, and of course the casadodia. And you, it's lovely to hear you in the various chat mechanisms. You know what? You could even join me on screen if you want. It's going to be easygoing. It's going to be improvised. I've got a few ideas, but we can make this up as we go along as well. And if you want to join me on the screen, you're very welcome to. It's very easy. I just send you a link and on you jump. Or you could call me, 913-590-303. If you've been thinking to yourself at home, do you know what? I want to get on that show with that Munson guy and tell him what I think, or share something. Or if you're inspired by anything you hear or see this morning, just join me. Please do. Bon dia, Carl. Another cloudy day in Lollet. From Claire and Steve. We'll have a look at that weather in just a moment, Claire and Steve, and see what's going on. I'm loving it. Everyone's saying good morning, saying what the weather's like. Gary Austin, gold medal DIY award winner this week. Gary Austin, you've got to see in Happy Homesteaders his fantastic pergola roof that he's made out of repurposed, reused. They're not repurposed, are they? They're still being used as roof tiles, but he's done a beautiful job there, Gary. Authentic, local, in the local vernacular, and created yourself a lovely place to sit in the shade and drink a gin and tonic or whatever it is you treat yourself to. As a happy homesteader, it might, of course, be aguardiente made from potato peelings or something like that. Talking of drink, and we'll come back, we'll remind ourselves of the word for whiff later on. But morning, everyone, from Peter in Castanheira da Pera today. A nice, cool start to the day. Quite nice, huh? And look at this in Portuguese this morning. Very good, Owen. Bom dia, gente bonita. Good morning, beautiful people. How good is that? I like the effort there, Owen. Did you put an offer in on that gaff yesterday, or are you still looking? We've got a beauty today, thought to be the last working water mill in the Algarve. Really excited to share that one with you, courtesy of Pure Portugal again. I think they have among the best properties for the kind of thing we're looking for. Not going to crash the show by showing you the weather. I'm just going to tell you about it. High of 24 degrees in Lisbon today. And as I'm scanning the electronic seaweed here, I can see that, kind of cloudy day today across the country. And it's going to get better. The sun, the cloud is going to give way to sun, certainly in Lisbon tomorrow. High of 25 tomorrow. Porto, the high is 24 today. Currently overcast at 19. Aveiro, 20 degrees and mostly cloudy, overcast in Beja. However, you're still going to get what I think is marvelous 27 degrees in Beja today as the high, 26 in Braga, 28 in Bragança. Castelo Branco enjoying a high of 25 degrees today. Partly cloudy, though, at the moment. Although Castelo Branco, the weather's looking very sunny for the next 4 days, it has to be said. And I still can't see any rain on the horizon. Although the news I'm going to look at today, it's the shocking storm in an orchard, which has caused millions of euros worth of damage and been a massive setback for the apple farmers. But we'll go to that in a minute. Coimbra, 27-degree high today, still cloudy there. Oh, hold on a minute. Rain forecast for Coimbra on Thursday. So, your plants are going to get, everything and everyone, including the plants, is going to get watered on Thursday for the Coimbra area. Évora, 26 degrees is the high there today. 15 degrees currently, though. Nice cool start, as Peter was saying. Mostly cloudy today. Mostly cloudy. Claire and Steve in the Faro district. 24 degrees is your high today. Guarda, 23 degrees. And I can see some wind rustling up for Wednesday and Thursday. So perhaps a return of stormy weather for the rest of the week in Guarda, where Portugal kind of borders with Spain. Yes, it doesn't look like a kind of oceanic storm. It seems to be mountainous stormy weather. There's me standing like a sort of some kind of weatherman. I don't know anything really about climate or weather, and I would be very gratefully hear from anyone in our community here who does know about how the Portuguese weather systems work and how what your favorite weather platforms are for finding out. Leiria, the high today, 23 degrees, mostly cloudy at the moment at 20. Santarém, 25 degrees, the high today, 19 at the moment, and mostly cloudy. But it only looks as if Guarda is going to get stormy. Excuse me. And Coimbra is going to see some rain in the autonomous district, still rainy though. Azores, 20-degree high. Madeira, 16-degree high. But rain there for you in the Azores and Madeira. And just finally, Viseu, 26 degrees, the high there today. Oh, Villarreal and Viseu is looking stormy tomorrow and perhaps day after. That's interesting. Thinking of popping over to Fundão on business, but I might have to rethink that. Tomorrow's looking very stormy. I've got to see if that's a weather warning in place for that. Okay, who else is here this morning? A few clouds and sun. Centre of Portugal is beautiful in Vila de Rei. It's like God's own town, basically, Vila de Rei. Hi, Carl. Barbara Prince says, hope you're well. Cloudy and warm in Coimbra. Hubby off on his bike, so I have a few free hours. What you going to do, Barbara? These are the moments couples kind of cherish, aren't they? As much as they may love and enjoy being together, there's also that moment when you get the place to yourself. I wonder what you're going to be up to, Barbara. I don't even know if you want to tell us or not in the comments there. And yes, I've just got myself a bike, so I know what it's like to pop out on the bicycle as well, to do the shopping or whatever. I don't know if he's going for a speed trial or to just go down the shops, but I'm really enjoying having a bicycle here in this not so hilly part of Portugal. Hola, everyone. How are you beautiful people today? Has anyone got out and about yet? What are your thoughts about these days, about the phenomena of pandemia? Well, that sounds like a novel, doesn't it? The phenomena of pandemia. But seriously, yeah. I was, oh, look, this is the weather. This is how she does weather, Mrs. Munson. You've got a window, open it. Thank you for that. Always able to bring me back down to the ground. Morning, Munson guy, says Neil Perkins. Good morning, Perkins, fella. Are you joining us with a wine club? Look, hold on a minute. I got to share this with you now. I'm jumping around all over the place, but that's not unusual, is it? Here's the wine for the wine club this coming Saturday evening. Again from Continent, not the only place. I think you can get it a bit cheaper at Macro, apparently, according to Eloise Healy, who hasn't surfaced, as far as we can tell, since her husband's return. Like, I was going to say a Randy Saylor, maybe, I don't know, but and maybe too much about their personal life. But yeah, I'm sure they're having a lovely time together, having been parted for a while. But she hopefully will be back with us by Saturday. The 6th of June is coming Saturday for Wine Club number 2. We're looking at this. Look, a Vinho Verde from the Minho region. It's a Soalheiro Alvarinho DOC, of course. I don't think we touch anything that's not a DOC, basically. A white-green wine, if that's not a contradiction or a misnomer. It's not a misnomer. It is a green-white wine. That's how it is. Green in terms of its maturity and white as it appears in the glass. Looking forward to that. The Minho, famous for its Vinho Verde. And we will be trying a good one. €9.49. Eye-wateringly expensive bottle of wine by my standards. But I'm willing to spend that sort of money to learn about wine with Eloise. So there you go. You can grab that from Continent if you want to join us next Saturday evening. People, I don't know what that's about. If that's about Barbara's husband or Eloise's husband. Hubby bikes 100 to 200 kilometers a week. Blimey, you could go to Spain, can't he, and back. And João Vaz is here, a rare visitor to our midst. Bon dia from João Vaz. And Barbara is going to be catching up with a good book she's reading at the moment. Come on, Barbara, what's it called? But thank you for sharing so many of the intimate details of your private lives, everybody, here on the Good Morning Portugal live stream. My green screen is breaking up. My voice is breaking up. And I'm going to get rid of the green screen. I don't think it's very authentic. I'm going to give you a view of the tree outside my window sometime soon when I can get that organized. It doesn't seem right, does it, that we're talking about kind of, real life, organic stuff. And then I've got this techno green screen behind me. Those flowers aren't real, guys. And that cockerel is not real either. We'll do something about that. Michael Fiorentino getting excited for a reunion as well. Not long now. And here he is, Louisa Tanner Munson. Exactly. Ooh, love is in the air everywhere I look around. I'll stop singing. Although, I mean, in terms of outrageous behavior, wasn't so outrageous singing, but tomorrow I may be naked for the show. More about that later as well. I'll have to open some white green wine to celebrate. Please do, Michael. And I know you are interested in our wine club. Join us next Saturday night as well. If, of course, that doesn't interrupt with your more important plans of your reunion. Looking forward to seeing you both soon. We went on the bus the other day and it felt so weird and quite scary. We had two men making a scene on the bus and not wearing their masks. The bus driver did nothing. Besides the bus driver, it was okay going out. That's from Chantel. Yeah, it's weird out there, isn't it? I was thinking this morning, when the governments want, I know this isn't just aimed at the Portuguese government, this is aimed at governments all over the world. When the governments want you to stay in, they've got a set of statistics. When they want you to go out and start paying tax again, they wheel out another set of statistics. It's interesting, isn't it? Birdsong by Sebastian Faulks is Barbara's book of the moment. Yes, a popular author. And it sounds like you're enjoying that. When's your naked show? Do we have to be naked too? Absolutely. Oh, yeah, forgot to mention that. Everyone watching has to be naked as well, or listening, whatever. If you're listening to the podcast on the bus, for example, you do have to strip off. But I can't be responsible for any of the results that may come your way. Let us look at some slightly sobering news here. I don't know if this is climate change or what it is, but it's interesting, I think, as well as upsetting. 80% of Armamar's apple production destroyed by bad weather. Now, this storm at the weekend, I mean, Peter posted up a fabulous video of the rolling clouds in time lapse, and it was pretty dramatic. And as I said, there's some windy weather due for Guarda tomorrow, and other parts of the country. So storms seem to be coming in the middle of this balmy weather, cloudy and, but still quite good temperatures and some storminess. And at the weekend, it looks like 80% of the apple production in the Armamar area, which I've never heard of, was destroyed over the weekend due to bad weather, representing a loss of more than 8 million euros. Who'd have thought it? The president told the Portuguese agency Lusa today about 80% of the apple production in the area has been affected and is practically destroyed. Perhaps 20% of production may still have some commercial value, but everything else has been completely destroyed, said João Paulo Fonseca. We're talking about 1,100 hectares that have been affected. If we take into account that the average is about 40 tons per hectare, we're talking about 45,000 tons. This will cause a loss in the order of 8.3 million euros, although the accounts are not fine-tuned, he said. I'm thinking, obviously, when there's an insurance claim, the estimates are slightly, maybe, they are of a certain way, aren't they? But I don't want to be cynical or, take the focus, the right focus away from this. That, I don't know, climate change. I mean, are these sort of storms normal? Would you build? I mean, is this one of the problems of massive monocultures? I don't know. I had not heard of this huge scale of apple growing in Portugal. Fonseca explained that the bad weather affected the south of the county more in the area of the apple. Okay, there's probably a beautiful Portuguese phrase for that, the area of the apple, since this fruit is the great economic pillar of the county alongside Douro wine. So I can only assume, because I haven't done my research on this, but Armamar is a county of one of the northern districts, or certainly in the Douro region. This directly harms fruit growers, but it will affect and harm the entire local economy, which is a very direct relationship with what is the income from this fruit sector, warned the mayor. A warning that comes after a period of confinement because of the COVID-19 pandemic, which, like the rest of the country, also had an impact on the fruit and the price of the apple because of the restoration and other closed markets, causing some difficulty also in the flow. Well, you get the gist there, don't you? That's not done well in translation, but clearly a massive blow for that area and its apple production. What else have we got here? It's not yet known if it's over. There are people who have lost everything from wine to apple to cherry. They didn't have anything. Today I went for a walk around the most affected. I didn't know about this. This is really sad. And I was very sad with what I saw. And from what I talked about, I realized that it was a total loss of a year of work with all of their lost savings. Of course, with the pandemic and this as well. In Tarouca, the accounts are not yet done, but the mayor said that, for example, in the elderberry, there is a very large loss in the order of 40% at least. Good heavens. I don't know what is going on, what can be done, if these people can be supported, if there are GoFundMes or anything like that. But I'll keep an eye on this and I'll let you know. The mayor of Aramamar also clarified that he wants to discuss support measures for producers to be able to invest in order to protect their production from tragedies. Yeah, of course. So that they can do the inevitable, which is covering the orchards to prevent these climatic episodes, which are more and more frequent. Okay, so that does seem to be climate change associated. It is, of course, a monocultural problem, I suspect, as well. It doesn't help, does it, that these people who grow this fruit are so dependent on pure capitalism to get by. I'm not going to say I told you so. That would be churlish and unnecessary at the moment. But it does point the finger, doesn't it, at how we haven't quite got this right. How we grow food, how we look after the people who grow the food, and how we deal with our resilience and shocks to the system, such as we are at the moment. Whoa, I had no idea. I'm not sure if you did either. Do you know Armamar? What are people saying? Still talking about a naked show. Interesting that people are going around without masks, says Louisa to Chantel's remark earlier on. I can think of a dish for the wine. I will get back to you. Please do, Owen. That's a really lovely idea. Owen is a fabulous chef, very inventive, imaginative, resourceful chef. Loves to work with the locally grown stuff. Of course, what he can source locally and turn into an absolute miracle on the plate. If you can think of something for Saturday night that people could cook at home that will go nicely with that Vigna Verde, that would be awesome, Owen. And your thoughts on storms, are they natural? Time to be growing indoors as well, hydro and aeroponics. Anybody doing that among the happy homesteaders? I have a theory, but not for airing. Oh, you two, you're teasing us with your thoughts. Thought as much. Phase 3 of current control measures, pandemic, no longer working, race riots, not distracting enough, bring on the freak weather. Listen to her. Stop drinking cider, drink more wine is Neil's practice. He's a very pragmatic and practical fellow. So, okay, we're not going to get apples, so forget about the cider, drink more wine. Even without the odd hailstorm in summer, the daily temperature changes here at altitude are extreme and makes it hard to grow many types of plants and vegetables, adds Peter in Castanera de Pera there. And we're talking creamy cider casserole. I don't know. These apples have been blown off a bit too early to be useful, or have they? Maybe they could be turned into a liqueur. All right, just very quickly then about why I might be naked tomorrow. Who's up for that? Who wants to join me? Who wants me to make it into a fundraiser to keep my kit on? There's another angle on it. We are looking at. Let me just find the right. I've got so many tabs open here, and I want to. Yes, nakedness. Let me see. There will be. Don't look away now. There won't be any nakedness right now. Don't worry about that. Is this the right thing? Oh, yeah, we go. The Naked Workshop. Now, I saw this posted in Pure Portugal. Boaz Capsuto will be talking to me tomorrow. And that's why I thought it seemed only right to talk to him naked, because he is one of the, he or she, I don't know. I was talking to her on Messenger. There's a point. I don't know I think I'm assuming Boaz is a man, but I might be wrong. Along with Laurie and Coney, they are presenting the Naked Workshop on the 20th of June on a beach somewhere in southern Portugal. And the idea of this is, how does it feel to be seen? And they are doing a workshop based on being naked, being vulnerable, not being transparent. You're not really transparent when you've got your clothes off, are you? No, but you are vulnerable, and you can have all sorts of realizations, I think, of a personal development kind when you get your kit off among a group of other people doing the same thing. And I might lead the way tomorrow. I don't know. I want to see how I feel about that. I want to see how you feel about that. And also, look, let's have a reminder here. It's all about booze and nakedness this morning, isn't it? Portuguese with Paulo, of course. This was beautifully made by Peter. Thanks, Peter. Your language today, your vocabulary today, cheirinho, translates as a whiff or shot of aguardente or brandy to have with your afternoon coffee. I hope you all do that. I hope you all observe that Portuguese tradition of having a brandy or aguardente with your afternoon coffee, maybe whilst reading a book, Barbara? Here it is, made by Paulo's father, João. Is that the actual one, Peter? Wow, that's the aguardente from Castanheira de Pera, I believe. Okay, so there you go. Finally, let's move on and have a look at this beautiful house, which is still talking about creamy cider casserole there. Trump is deploying a National Guard and a 7 p.m. curfew. Yes, it's hard for talk not to sort of turn to that. I want to start brewing mead. Quite a random selection of comments, it has to be said, this morning. And I will join you, Carl. I did the naked gardening day last year. Okay, so Owen's up for it. I'll take my clothes off. I'll do the show naked tomorrow. Owen's going to do the show naked tomorrow. Today's Portuguese with Paulo, fantastic, as Good Morning Portugal is supported by purchasing packets of seeds. Yes, thank you for mentioning that. Let me put the ticker tape on to remind people to go to coffee.com/Carl Munson. As Good Morning Portugal, says Peter, is supported by purchasing packets of seeds, I thought the following word would be useful to listeners and at this time of the year as it warms up. Portuguese with Paulo. Oh, it's a cliffhanger. We're going to get that. Oh, look, listen to her. I am naked now. Great. Thank you for leaving that image with me. Sorry, everyone. I've got to stop the show early and go and see my wife. No, not really. Let's just look at the property first. Let us check out this pure Portugal beauty. Oh, no, here we go. Peter has come back with a espigar, means to go to seed or to spike. When the couve cabbage goes to seed, it is sold as espigos or grelhos. Grelhos can be also from turnips or rapeseed. Hashtag Portuguese with Paulo. Now, this connects with me being naked tomorrow, and people can judge for themselves if I've gone to seed. Can this be used for people as well, Peter, as the expression of going to seed? Grelhos is always on the menu at our local village club lunches. When it's in season, it's boiled, drained, and coated in olive oil. I add garlic and piri-piri to mine. You know, what doesn't benefit, and I don't know if this is connected with nakedness as well, but what doesn't benefit from having garlic and piri-piri added to it? I'm going to keep the piri-piri quite away from me tomorrow if I am naked in the studio, actually thinking about it. And that's fantastic. Thank you, Peter. I am really enjoying your contributions to the Good Morning Portugal collective, and thank you for even making memes for us. So today, a espigar. Espigar, go to seed or spike. And the lovely context and connections you give us with local life here in Portugal as well is fabulous, Peter. Thank you so much. All right, so let's look at this house. I don't want to keep you too long. We didn't answer the question yesterday. Do you want this to be a longer or shorter show? I'm going to keep trying to keep it to 30 minutes. And as you can see, it's kind of hard for me to do that. But I will do that now by concluding with this beautiful house, a working mill with planning for a 300 square meter house, land of 3.14 hectares, and a lagoon, would you believe? Not brilliant pictures of the internal views of the house, but you will get a gist of this, and I will give you the description, and we'll look at the photos afterwards. Single-story house with working watermill. Now, I know you can all read yourselves, but this is for the benefit of the people on the podcast to be hearing this as well. And anyone else who is taking a particular interest, what I do is I've started to do a sort of sub video of just the property. So if you ever want to send any of these to anybody who you want to come and join you in Portugal, or come and join you but live in a different part of Portugal, if it's your in-laws or something like that, you can now send these that I'm creating separately, the casadodia. So here's today's casadodia: single-story house with working watermill, 2 divisions with 87 square meters. Watermill is a working mill with a commercial license and planning permission for a 300 square meter house, creating enormous potential for an eco-developer. The incredible property is an eco-dreamer's dream come true. One of the last fully functioning watermills in the Algarve, used to grind corn and wheat for the local population for generations. How lovely. It has 2 full-size working millstones, a wooden blade wheel in excellent condition. With the right investment, it could be used as a working electricity plant to generate up to 6 kilowatts per hour, enough to feed a dozen or so houses, making it energy efficient. This is the way forward. It was the past. The new normal could be the old natural, as I've said before. It has the best water supply in Montchique. During the 2005 drought, it still had the best source of running water. That's a test of any water system, isn't it? Is how well it survives the drought. These are the long views that we need now, not all this just-in-time stuff. So vulnerable at the moment. It also boasts the spring of La Juanda Baptiste, which is the oldest natural source of Montchique. The history dates back circa 300 years. During the winter, it produces more than 30,000 litres per day of bottleable quality water. Even during the dry summer, it produces about 5 to 10,000 litres per day. Good heavens. The 3.14 hectares of land features eucalyptus, cork oaks, terrace gardens. The cork oak produced a yearly income of €6,000. It has several terraces for the cultivation of organic produce and fruit trees. The feed mill lagoon would be ideal to produce organic watercress. Yeah, I saw watercress growing in a stream last week. It's so lovely. It has sunshine from 8 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, winter and summer. Wow. It's cool in the summer. It's a cool place all the time, if you see what I mean. It has been visited many times by ornithologists as it's a paradise for butterflies. The soil is rich and fertile. Does ornithology include the study of butterflies? I didn't know that. Is it the study of all flying things? The property was bought by its current owner in 2005 with the intention of transforming it into an ecological paradise, but unfortunately, this is sad, but unfortunately, health problems caused the project not to continue. He would be happy to discuss the property's eco possibilities with potential buyers. He was planning to go with a team of people in April to completely clear the land, etc., and tidy up, but COVID put a stop to this. For now, he does aim to get back as soon as possible to clean it up. Okay, so there it is, Montchique. Let's zoom out to give you an idea, if you don't already know where Montchique is, on the latitude with Algesur, directly north of Portimao, and they're bang in the middle of the Algarve, right down there in the south of Portugal. How lovely is that? Is it a wonderful part of the world? And this is a wonderful building and project, is it not? Let's have a look at a few of the photos, mainly exteriors, but if you're a person who likes water sign like me, Cancerians, Pisces, those sorts of people, they will like this area. Maybe you hot fire signs as well and need to cool down a bit might like this too. Look at that. These are the aerial views, obviously, of the locality. And as I said, not many of the interior. I suspect it's not that well done up inside. It's more about the mill than the actual domestic situation, although you have permission there for a 300 square meter dwelling, I believe. And fun and games with the water source. They look like they're having a laugh, don't they? There's the wooden turning wheel mill, and somebody pointing at another. What is that? Is that like a threshing stone platform for making flour? I don't know. What is that? An outside toilet? Interesting little outside building there, and two people at the top of the gorge enjoying themselves. And why wouldn't they? Love it. There you go. That is today's Casadodia, the mill in Montchique in the Faro district of Portugal, €99,000. Now, that's amazing, isn't it? With all that potential and all that natural resource, that is a bargain. I'm thinking in native Devon, where we were last living, you get yourself a watermill there that is, if it were the last working watermill in South Devon, I would have thought 2 or 3 million would be the price ticket for that back in the UK. And I don't know what that would be in your part of the world, but, clearly €99,000 is an affordable and brilliant price ticket for all that you get there with its fruit trees, with its energy generating potential, with the income already from cork oaks, the space to build as well. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Pure Portugal, for that. And Casadodias every day here on the Pure Portugal, the Good Morning Portugal. Whoops, the Good Morning Portugal live stream. All right. Longer, says Owen. Longer, says Louisa. Okay. Yeah, that's about the length of the show, isn't it? Okay. Well, thank you for that. Thanks, Peter. We have some grelios to season from our garden as well, says Louisa to Peter. And thanks again, Peter, for your wonderful contribution to the show. Going to call it a day there. And I'll be back again tomorrow when, yes, I've had enough encouragement, and God knows I don't need much, to be naked for tomorrow's show. I won't be proving it, but incidentally, you'll see that I am naked from the shoulders down, and you'll have to imagine. if you want to. You don't have to imagine. I don't mean you have to imagine, but you'll have to take my word for it, is what I mean, I suppose, about tomorrow's nakedness. And I invite you to do the same as an exercise in vulnerability. Why not listen to the show Naked tomorrow when we talk to Boaz about the upcoming naked workshop that will be done on a beach in southern Portugal, I believe on the 20th of June. We'll find out more about that tomorrow. Casadodia, news, weather. Do you know what I didn't do? And I'm going to do it now. Hold the front page, hold the back page, whatever page it is. I did this yesterday. I forgot to share the very thing I wanted to share with you, which is the Village Kitchen's new summer menu. Check this out, guys, very quickly. Paul might jump in and call now and talk to me. I think we'll speak to him. They have got really busy. I was hoping to talk to them, but they've got very busy because they've had a massive response from these beautiful dishes that they make and deliver to people in central Portugal. Some homemade, I'm guessing, let's guess together here. I'm guessing that's homemade tomato sauce, if you're American, with some oregano on the side there, is it? And some garlic, obviously. A homemade tomato sauce. Those were the sausage rolls. Get back, Greg's. That's a quality sausage roll. Look at that. It looks absolutely beautiful. Beautiful pastry on that. And a few sesame seeds. There's a goujon of some kind. Are we looking at a sort of a white fish goujon and a bit of a tartare next to it? And some nice leaves from the garden. Squidge of lemon. A quiche. A very nice color on that quiche there. Lightly brown, some herbs in there as well, looking very beautiful. Is your mouth watering? Mine is. A coleslaw, and I think they're doing a kind of picnic thing where you're going to get a little pot of all of these various things to go together as a summer picnic. Bhajis, right? Onion bhajis with a raita sauce there, possibly to dip in. They look lovely. Pakoras. Yeah, I think we got pakoras there with some. Look away now if you dread the coriander. That's a bit of coriander leaf on the top there. What would that be? I don't know. Looks delicious though. I think that's a pie. I think that's a pie with a nicely glazed top on it. Mouth still watering here. Potato salad. That would be great, wouldn't it? Coleslaw, potato salad, sausage rolls, pie, bhajis, pakora, and there we go. Full circle back to the sausage rolls there. Check them out. Village Kitchen on Facebook and Instagram. Paul and Cressida doing a fantastic job with there. They look amazing, says Joanna. What are they? Village Kitchen, Ryan or Crest replies, they are sausage rolls. We make ours using simple recipe of pork mince, sage, onion, and the pastry either has sesame or fennel seeds on top. Yum. Goodness gracious. I need to go and get something to eat now with my naked wife. Have a great day. Te logo. And até amanhã. See you tomorrow. Thanks for joining me this morning. Take care and bye for now.